Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey, or your daily pop, whatever I'm doing right now. I'm watching this lovely screen that has these purple lotus flowers that drift around with butterflies, and it's so mesmerizing, and I was just trying to relax and meditate into that, because I feel like with these cards definitely comes the beautiful, golden light ray, which talks about love and laughter, receiving and giving gifts, and passion projects. And one of the things that is a passion project for me is doing these daily pops every day. I get really excited about choosing the decks and if I'm going to dress up the set or have it simple. Today I just wanted to have my newest gorgeous lucky Jade Empress piece out. I'm really into jade, and I think I'm going to be doing a lot for the holiday pieces. I'm going to be working in jade and lighter colored garnets and maybe some rubies. I want a lot of green and red stones. Green for abundance and wealth and good luck. And a jade is just, after citrine, it's one of my absolute favorites. So you guys, we're going to look right now in our life and see where we see this golden light ray. Where do we feel love and laughter? Where do we receive that, and how do we give that? With thoughtfulness and our peaceful nature, how do we help other people and help ourselves? That's the kind of beautiful feminine aspect of allowing things and just being at peace with them. Again, what's happening in the outside world is just really happening around us, not to us. So we decide to be in flow state, and what can we do in our environments to enhance it, right? Like today, I definitely want to have an organization day when it comes to my beads and my jewelry, and have everything pinned out and finish off pieces that need clasps, organize my cards, just have everything right where I know where it's protected and in its right shelves and all of that. And that gives me a sense of serenity and calm. I like a really kind of peaceful, simple environment. So at some point, maybe just go sit at the beach and relax and hear waves, nothing else, no devices. And that's when I really experience the golden light ray, when I'm out in nature and I only hear natural sounds, the waves, seagulls, all of that. When I'm out in my backyard and I hear crickets and cicadas and the birds, and even like the bumblebees. I love to sit near like a flower patch so I can hear all the bumblebees. That provides this beautiful golden light ray as well. I specifically chose not only for its beauty, but this cathedral of light, because this talks about, and I'm going to zoom in, about stubborn attitudes, extending the olive branch, and artistry. So what are some of the stubborn attitudes that we can tap into? Is this holding a grudge maybe for somebody? I know that usually this happens within family members and close friends, when they some kind of just impose their will or whatever on us, or they do things that are draining, and so we can gain this stubborn attitude of, I don't need this person in my life. I'm going to whatever, block them, or, oh great, the cat's deciding she just needs to walk all over everything. I'm going to block them. I'm going to, come on, shoo. I'm going to block them. I'm going to, whatever, something that's stubborn. Sorry guys, I had to have a cat intervention because of her stubbornness. She loves my art boards and my setups. She just likes anything where my attention is going to. So I have removed her. Now we have cat number 2 staring at me, but we'll see whatever's taking place. So let's just take a look at our life. Do we have some kind of stubborn attitude towards something? I remember when we were sort of decorating the house when we moved in, I had a kind of beautiful aesthetic in mind, and Ian just wanted things in a certain color scheme in his way. And I thought, you know what? I am going to pick my battles. I don't need everything a certain way. And I'm really easygoing when it comes to that stuff. If somebody has their mindset on something, it's like, just go for it. I'm very pliable like that. Yeah, we can be assertive without being stubborn and hanging on to some kind of idea that drains us, right? Oh, if this doesn't happen like this, it's not good enough. If this doesn't occur, so on and so forth. So let's take a look at any friends, neighbors, acquaintances, workmates, or anybody that we are now holding a kind of grudge towards and deserves an olive branch. That doesn't mean we need to invite this person back in our life for, great parties every day and going out to coffee and spending a lot of time together, but something that will just assuage that kind of niggling feeling in the back of our mind, like, oh, we need to build a bridge here, especially with our parents, our children, our siblings if something has gone wrong. But again, this is saying looking at it through a really rational lens. Like if they do things that are atrocious, of course they don't need to be in our lives, or they don't need any kind of connection or olive branch for us. But just somebody who sometimes does some things that are thoughtless because they don't pause before they think, because they lack self-awareness or being educated in those areas of behavior and boundaries. Some people just don't understand boundaries, and they can seem selfish and self-involved, but we can let them know what we expect by setting up our boundaries, so that's healthy. Now let's talk about the artistry part of this, which I really love. What do you bring into your world that is filled with artistry and magic and love? Mine is definitely jewelry making and these reeds and anything. Like today I'm excited, and I think I talked about this yesterday, but today I finally have the time to make some fun tarot deck card holders, these little bags, and I want to use navy like a satin ribbon. The pattern is really beautiful, and I want to just listen to gorgeous music and meditate while I make this. Make it for friends, family, and myself. Anything that we can put like a little zing and sparkle and dazzle into, that makes us feel like, that's the good stuff. That's what makes life fun, and that's what adds the shimmer and the magic, is creating something that wasn't there before. We conceive ideas all the time, right? I mean, let's be real. I have a million crazy things that pop in my head, and then I have to, well, does that fit in a budget? How is that time-wise? Because what I don't like to do, and I feel like a lot of us do, is we go out, we consume a lot of resources to make or create something, and then we shelve it, put it away, leave it in its bag, and then it sits there. I know I went into the craft room and I was laughing my head off, because I can't even talk about the amount of like googly eyes, crystals, spools of ribbons, threads, markers, paints, everything in there. And it's wonderful to have my own Michael's Crafts in a room, but I am like, hey, are we being excessive here? And when are you going to start to expand with these? Because sometimes when I go in Michael's to get certain things that I need for my jewelry, I go into other areas, which I love, but then I start collecting. So also, do we have a stubborn attitude about our artistic endeavors, or limit our artistic endeavors, being like, oh, I only know how to sketch, or I only know how to do this? Because sometimes we get in our mind that we are only so gifted in certain areas, and now is a really beautiful time to expand and delve into that as well, because I feel like you're going to have a lot of help with that. And the breadth and width of your skill is really going to take off, and you're going to realize the limitlessness. If you have any creative spark, it's like it can go in any area. I saw this thing yesterday and my mind was blown. If you go on my IG story, so these three people hold hands and they put their hand into what looks like a blue goo, and it is like a setting, and it changes and it solidifies and becomes more rubbery, and then they pull their hands out, and what it does is it makes a mold for their hands. So then they pour this white, I think it's almost like a cement or some kind of property that hardens, and it comes out when you peel the blue rubbery stuff away. It comes out as a beautiful like white ceramic molding of the hands holding each other. I thought, oh my God, that's magic. Now I need to learn how to do that. And I have all these ideas, resin, jewelry, and everything that I want to make for Christmas. I thought one thing at a time, completion, and then onward and upward, and use this golden light ray to help yourself. Listen to funny comedy and beautiful music, and talk to friends while you're doing this. Have someone in mind that you're making the piece or creation for, because that infuses it with love and intention, right? So let's set our intentionality to create something that's just epic, that makes us feel happy and joyful, just because it started with a small conception of an idea, and now it is this beautiful 3D piece of art, right? So love and light, you guys. That's your Daily Pop. Have a great day.